HOA ordered me to remove my pool, so I built a lazy river that loops my entire house. The sun hung low over Willow Creek, casting golden streaks across my backyard, where my pride and joy a modest in-ground pool once sparkled. I'm Jake, a graphic designer who moved to this quiet suburb for peace, not war. But peace was the last thing I got when Karen, the HOA president, knocked on my door one crisp autumn morning, clutching a clipboard like a weapon. Her voice was sharp, her words sharper. My pool violated some obscure HOA rule about aesthetic uniformity. Remove it, she demanded, or face fines that'd bankrupt me. I stood there, stunned, as she walked away, her heels clicking like a countdown to my surrender. I wasn't one to back down. That pool was my sanctuary, built with every penny I'd saved after years of grinding freelance gigs. Karen's rule felt like a personal attack, a power trip dressed in bureaucracy. So I dug into the HOA bylaws, searching for a loophole. And I found one. No rule explicitly banned water features, only pools over a certain size. That's when the idea hit meant just defiance. But defiance with flair. I'd tear out the pool and build something bigger, bolder. A lazy river looping my entire house. The plan was audacious. I hired a contractor, Mike, a gruff guy with a penchant for bending rules. We worked late nights, sketching a waterway that snaked through my yard, around my house, under a custom bridge by the patio. Neighbors whispered, some amused, others appalled. Karen caught wind of it within days. She stormed over, her face redder than the sunset. "This is an outrage," she screamed, waving her clipboard. "You're mocking our community." I smirked, leaning on my shovel. "I'm following the rules, Karen. Check the bylaws." The construction became a spectacle. Neighbors gathered daily, some cheering me on, others siding with Karen, who rallied her loyalists to bombard me with complaints. The lazy river took shape, its gentle curves gleaming under work lights. But the tension wasn't just external. My sister, Lily, who'd moved in after a messy divorce, begged me to stop. "You're tearing this neighborhood apart," she said, her voice trembling. I brushed her off, too consumed by my rebellion to see the cracks forming closer to home. Then came the twist. Mike, my contractor, wasn't who he seemed. One night, as we poured concrete, he confessed he was Karen's estranged brother. He'd taken the job to sabotage me, hoping to win back her approval. But somewhere along the line, he'd started rooting for me. "You're crazy, Jake," he said, chuckling. "But you've got guts." His betrayal stung, but his change of heart gave me pause. Was I fighting for freedom or just my ego? I didn't have time to dwell. Karen was escalating her war. The climax came on a bright Saturday, the lazy river nearly complete. Karen arrived with a city inspector, claiming my project violated zoning laws. A crowd formed, neighbors shouting over each other. I stood my ground, shovel in hand, heart pounding. "This is my property, my dream," I yelled. Karen's eyes narrowed. "You're selfish, Jake. This isn't just about you, it's about our community's values." Her words hit harder than I expected. The inspector, a quiet man named Tom, stepped forward. In a twist that silenced us all, he revealed he'd grown up in a neighborhood crushed by overzealous HOAs. He ruled in my favor, citing no clear violations. The crowd erupted, some cheering, others booing. I should have felt triumphant, but as I looked at Lily's tear-streaked face, guilt gnawed at me. The lazy river was complete, a shimmering loop around my house. But at what cost? That night, Lily packed her bags. "You won, Jake," she said softly, "but you lost sight of what matters." She left for a friend's place, leaving me alone with my victory. The lazy river sparkled under the moonlight, a monument to my defiance. But as I floated along its gentle current, I felt no peace. Karen's crusade, though overbearing, came from her own sense of duty. My rebellion, though justified, had fractured bonds I hadn't meant to break. Mike stopped by the next day, offering a hesitant handshake. "You did something big, man," he said. "But maybe listen to your sister next time." I nodded, the weight of his words sinking in. The neighborhood never fully healed. Some admired my stand. Others saw me as a troublemaker. Karen moved away months later, her authority diminished. I kept the lazy river, but every lap around my house reminded me of Lily's absence, of the community I'd alienated. Freedom came with a price, and mine was a bitter one. What would you have done in my place? Was my fight for personal freedom worth the cost? Or was Karen's call for community order the truer path? Share your thoughts. Where do you stand on this clash of wills?